Does it cost a skill point to forget a thought? Or do I gain something? I think it costs a skill point, it looks like. So if I were to like remove one of these, does that cost a slot, like a cost a skill point? Because it looks like when you hit forget, it looks like it does. Like it uses a skill point to forget the thought. Yeah, I don't like that. There's really nothing I'd want to lose. Like this one's really good. This one's good. Love this one. This one is fucking OP as shit. Damn. Is this my last one then? If so, what should I learn? I don't know which one to learn. This one takes 20 hours. Yeah, Gamma Lemon is probably my worst. +1 pain threshold's really not all that great. And all psych learning caps are raised. But it's not really that big of a thing. Either this one or no, that one's really good. This one's really good. This one's really good. This one's really good. It heals. Honestly, volumetric shit compressor might actually be the worst. We only needed it for that body check. We could forget this one. Like, how many more endurance white checks am I really gonna need this for? Yeah, for sure. This one is 20 hours. That's a long time. I wouldn't do this. The red checks fail. It's too much of a risk to even bother learning. Top of the Apocalypse could be really funny. -1 rhetoric, but I have no idea what you get. Really funny though. Yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards doing this. It's gonna be weird.
This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
This Mother of Silence sounds like a serious player. You might want to be careful until you find out what you're dealing with.
Other Spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes? No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not.
Yeah,
young.
be my Harry.
Age is just
I gave
one
away
of the
my
many
hat.
masks we wear.
I gave away my Dick Mullins hat.
That's what I said, Holmes. Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests. I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Yeah.
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it. I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
You know what this man does? Parkour! He's all about that parkour! Hardcore parkour!
That's not the only technique he's working
Parkour
on.
to the
Look at those
max.
carved sculptures. And is that a satchel of tools over there?
Sure am. Whittling wood used to be something I just did to busy my hands. Now I use those same hands in service of something greater than my own restlessness.
This right here feels like a fucking feminist option.
It's all just for the mother, man. No need to overthink it. I was in a gang way, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone. That's not really the point, I say. You gotta give yourself over to service. Service of
I'm
the
dealing
mother,
with
that is.
church people.
Do you remember your name, sir?
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also sort of your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore. That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters. This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there, a way out into nothingness. This church was built around
Nihilism?
for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'd be pure enough to go drink from it directly. I think it was a long time ago. I had to share it like a skin to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have it. I don't need it anymore. Oh, that's no simple question, I said. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will. I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began. Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material work.
This guy is just...
Up there,
He's
I
lost it.
realized what the true purpose.
Or
of
has he
the church
found it?
was.
I don't know.
Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me. I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory. I ain't from no Marietta, if that's what you're thinking. And the song I sing is silent as the mother.
I wish I had a sound effect for that, but I don't have one yet. Wow. Meow. 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 Tango has decided to cause chaos. I didn't see anything.
It's a terrible day for rain.
Chaos.
And the chaos is still going with it. What the fuck? Oh. Weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. There's no place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Thank you, Tengu. Tengu has been saving these points for a while. Let me hit all the redeems. Complete all. Oh, that was fun. Nice. I really should run Gamba, but I never do.
Marietti is a mesque style of music and dance, commonly seen at all manner of festivities, especially weddings. It's delightfully quaint, owing to its peasant origins.
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Faith is a kind of drug.
I heard that before, Way, and I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
She took you for a good spin, huh? Don't worry, bro. That love is but a drop compared to the ocean of the mother's love. The mother will eat all of you and never spit you out. I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
I
know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
Personal faith aside, like, y'all can have your own faith. I don't judge people for having spirituality, but religion is just not for me.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Optimal subvectors? Show them biddies? Are you serious?
Tengu Gemini gifted a tier 1 sub to Polly Plushie. They have given 2 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you for gifting a sub to Polly. I appreciate it, Tengu. Thank you. I know Polly would appreciate it.
The ones in the tent outside? Right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me. Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
So he's for it.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
So he's actually in for the nightclub? That's cool. Well, that works. Let's see. Stuff up here. Oh, empathy shoes. Interesting. Empathy shoes? What are my shoes? Perception. Ooh, I do like having perception. Especially since I have technically a -1 from perception.
Optimal subvectors? Show them biddies? Are you serious?
Tengu Gemini gifted a tier 1 sub to a flat cap. They have given 3 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you again, Tengu, for the gifted sub to Flat, who will now not have to deal with ads when I run them and can just jam out to the comfy music when I take my breaks. Now we can do this.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps,
Oh.
he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
Traps.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross
Log of
filaments,
February,
smoldering
March.
in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic
Am I going to be asked for a
driver.
password again?
An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good evening. Votre accident
Hi,
on
lady.
Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
Received. Votre accident. Is there any... Good. Thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal... I have two machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brune, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brune. That's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghilaine?
Interesting.
That's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help? Sleep well.
The machine's keyboard is still
Huh. So if we get the password here, then we'll have the password for both.
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
I'll take the coffee.
Too many times, essay. You need it for something.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrow, but doesn't say anything.
Don't sweat it, vato. The
Afterlife
password is
death.
afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity la niñita pequeña when I hear it. I think we're done here, essay.
Oh?
That was an interesting conversation.
Did I call in the library card?
However,
I don't think
I'm still
so.
not sure how it's
No,
relevant
no,
to
I
our
don't think we did.
investigation.
Not yet. We're going to do that tomorrow. Alright, now that I have the password, we can do this and then do it again in the Doom
The
District?
machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons. The speak.
Good evening. Votre good. Please repeat good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Sleep well.
The machine's keyboard, the printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal. The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church, the door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while. Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
Eccentric.
6th of February, 51.
Oh no,
Had a little
electrochemistry.
chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers
Half-Light.
themselves says it's unnerving. 7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
For setting up her radio computer. 8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town.
So this is a member of that company
Lexi has been seen asking
that was
money
making
from
the radio
strangers.
computer game?
But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked.
That feels too real. Also, though, the graphic design people are also probably fucked, and so are the programmers because of AI.
I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers. Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder.
We are.
Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow.
The
It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Who swallows? Wait.
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the
Disco
silence
man,
to
yeah,
find the
hardcore.
epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. That disco man must be a sin.
A girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried
Oh.
to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't
That's
want to let
me!
inside the building. Thinks I'm part
I
of some
did
kind
this.
of curse. How Martinez of her.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
No. It was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn things about machines. March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also, some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Hi. Hello. Don't mind me, I'm just doing police work.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio
Master
computer.
circuit bender.
You're a master circuit bender.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
Well, you won't find any music venue organizers here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her.
What is it? Yes. Or no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad.
Aww.
Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
Oh, I just noticed, like, the with the flashlight and the shadow with the stained glass is really cool.
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper. I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Yeah, like all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up with their partying, do they?
Hardcore!
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Dude, this is the Henry Rollins bit. What came first, the shitty music or the drugs? You know, was somebody sitting in like an abandoned warehouse with a sample machine, and they were just like hitting buttons like boom 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 boom. And it sounds like shit. Here, do some ketamine. Boom 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 boom. Yo, this shit slaps. Boom 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 boom. Or was it the other way around? Where, like, what came first, the shitty music or the drugs?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here. Take a guess, why don't you? I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Yeah.
You really like those questions, don't you? I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out. I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Wait, what? She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves.
Yeah,
That's what her personal
the
log.
silence.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that. Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that
I'm
does
not very
exist?
smart.
That's a little above your pay grade at
Yeah.
the moment.
I don't know. Are we? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. But how do I figure it out? You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well. Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark, most of the tower disappearing into the shade. Strange things may flourish in the dark.
There's this place at the back of the church, a place where all audible vibrations seem to decease.
The
I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place. I know. No, I don't.
She sounds
Why?
mildly annoyed by this line of questioning.
Why did we talk
Her
about
hands
the
typing
crab
hundreds
man?
of commands into the machine.
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work. Great. Thanks.
I guess.
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything. They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay?
RAIN prefect.
Thanks. I use the AR-1 as my RAIN prefect's processing unit. RAIN prefect. My radio computer. Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you? All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power,
I
you
love
need
being
to
an idiot.
invest in a good antenna. On the front, the unified front of radio waves, licensed and controlled by Lintel in the east, Insulin, it's all around us. That's what on air means.
Like love.
Like love.
I guess it is. So far, I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market, so I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything.
Wow, it
Ask
sounds like
around,
getting into
compare the
streaming.
prices. There are many milieux dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
Good.
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something. Great. No? Yes. And? I don't care. I don't care about crap men.
Wow, she really doesn't. Not afraid, this one.
Oh, that was... We have her password now. We could go back to the other place and do that. Let's check this out.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day.
This is Dolores Day.
Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass. The world is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you, it covers you from the wind outside. The ocean feels distant, its ebb and flow blocked off by the centuries-old pinewood sarcophagus around you. In the darkness, you sense her eyes on you, inspecting you with their multicolored glass, as if you're a bug under a microscope. The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You.
Oh, shit.
As that terrible word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass. Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence, Dolores Day.
Do I not get
the
money
innocence
for
of
that?
humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men. Many things, you know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Suresnes, modern-day Sir Laclais. Also, that she was gorgeous beyond beauty.
I still haven't fully grasped the the idea of the innocence. Is it like the Pope?
Draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this?
Yes! Big bummer! Boring history! Gotta keep it light, man! Keep it moving! Get fucked up instead!
The past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting.
Great man history with a
You should keep
divine
away.
touch. Interesting.
Fuck this pain, Bratan! It's unhealthy!
No, you must know. Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman.
Okay.
She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze.
Okay.
She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels, even before she was declared an innocent.
Girl boss,
Her
yes,
influence was
yes,
tremendous.
queen.
It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic
Oh.
endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the
Interesting.
new world, the piece of reality you're standing on.
Her advice that sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale.
She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely
The
considered
DeLorean
the
era.
greatest era in history. The DeLorean era. Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest.
Like here. Like in the portrait.
Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt. The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit. More, and innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate innocentic rule should it coincide with our time. And innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. And innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
That's really interesting.
No, we are alone.
So there is no innocence right now. Okay.
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi, she is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world.
Some people would want you to believe that Elon Musk is an innocence, and he's not.
As did we all.
Yeah.
The lands of the Mesk and the Occident, and even far away Supra-Muindi, altogether 21
They all
of the
give him
40
$8 a
mondial
month, and
nations
they pay for
of the
blue
time
checks on Twitter.
immediately accepted innocentic rule, even before her crowning. In a city called Advesperaskit in Vespa Messina, her homeland, the name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already, her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt.
Who would attempt to assassinate an innocent, and why?
Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen.
Fair.
One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else.
An alien?
Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents.
You know, probably just a sexist.
Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology. Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. Terrifying. It's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
So does Inland Empire not like innocence, or does not like Dolores Day in particular?
You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her Theriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the Innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs. The Mesk state tried to detach itself from innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and
That makes
mass
sense.
resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force
Yeah.
she called the Army of Humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this.
So she was kind of a
also
warmonger as
the
well?
blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of
Yeah, I
the
can see how that would
Basante,
piss people off.
Mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her. This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Lieutenant Yefreighter, you've stood there for over 5 minutes. What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
She's still looking at the case, glowing lungs, that's fucked up. Why did we tolerate this bourgeoisie woman that long before we shot her? War criminal! I like the...
She introduced us to the idea of public education, retirement, and modern diplomacy. Either way, this church, we shouldn't linger here. This isn't a good place to get lost in.
Yeah?
The shards glimmer in the dark. You see little pearls of light on the edges of the crack that splits the female figure. Something was written there. Remains of broken letters line the
Visual
emulsion.
calculus.
What it said, you do not know.
Try to put one in.
The mother of humanism stands above you. Nothing, just the edge of the crack sparkles in the dark.
I'm about to get a level up. It's fine.
The mother of humanism stands above you. A precious
Hold
and
on. Do I... Visual calculus. Visual calculus. Minus. +1. What's this jacket have? Okay. Wait, is this not a jacket? There we go. Any other visual calculus? Here we go. Take you off encyclopedia for a moment.
the mother of humanism.
Oh yeah,
stands
oh my
above you,
god, yeah,
a
close
precious and
min-maxing,
complex
holy
wax
shit.
painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across nothing. Just the edge of the crack sparkles in the dark. There may have been a writing here, but you cannot make out what it said. The mother of humanism stands up. A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text, a light motif below them both.
I got tunnel visioned and got mad.
Below both women, in luminous black letters, après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. And then along the left side, après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau. Unknown. A motor carriage, a gunshot, someone falling into it. Or maybe just hooligans looking for something to break. The escutcheon on her throne says,
Irene the Navigator.
She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden Rights Apfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism.
Oh.
In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan.
Really?
No more, however. It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing.
So the RCM, because they already were suspected of bootlicking, wouldn't use a moral intern related motto, but also because it was just too feminine.
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
Guess what? I am snoozing the absolute shit out of these ads. Let's see. What the fuck? Why is that even an option? Why would anyone say that? These options all suck, dude. Fascist, moral intern, I don't know what this one's supposed to be, and this one seems lame too.
Ice cool.
Wow.
The mother of humanism towers above you, a wax painting on a cracked pane of glass.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the Small Pinewood Church in
I can't imagine going Fash at all.
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Ravachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers. There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them, the 7 sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution,
Wow.
used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something...
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism? A pang of guilt? The lieutenant is leaving something out.
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here. Well, your station was involved, I hear.
Oh, did we do it?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them. I'm sorry, I'm not saying you were. It was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters. Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now. Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are Dolorian in origin. It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The Dolorian system does not demand faith, only accordance. Yes.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
It's not spiritual.
Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, let me put my other clothes back on. Is it the glasses? +1 to empathy, -1 to logic? Yeah, he's still tethered to the tradition of moral intern and moralism. Makes sense. I'm assuming Kim's gonna want out. It's because it's already past 2100. I guess he hasn't. Interesting. Let's see. Oh, he'll dip at 10? Okay. Tasks. In the plaza. Okay. Take the stuffed bird to Gart. We'll have to probably do this on Thursday. We're gonna find a tape. Need to talk to a cell again. Should go to the... I need to call the library, but also call the station about the dead body. Okay, so let's fast travel. Most everything I need to do is at the waterfront. I probably won't have Kim there. He doesn't seem to like to talk about, what do you call it? What's the word for it? Reality.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet holes. You drop the white envelope in the dark. About a week's worth of mail as collected in there. They'll empty this very soon. For good or ill, the deed is done.
Let's go back to Evrart. This better be worth it after what we did.
Any more bottles? Do this.
Inside, you see a
We
set of
already
steering
paid
wheels,
for the
a
night
radio
here,
microphone, a pull-out
so
toolbox,
we'll stay the
and
night
the
here.
soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence? No field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes? Any information on the library card? Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else? I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you? I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
We should try again during business hours.
Anything else, Detective? Just a second. Sylvie Malay.
Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else? Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, Detective. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started
Jesus.
making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
Some poor sod was trying to eat his pudding while you were screaming, spit flying, imitating the mercy shot right next to him. Spat some in his food. I don't think he touched it after.
Me neither. No idea. All I know is Necktie were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like he pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask.
You hear the call.
Anything else I can help you with?
As always, it's DJ Mesh and Felicio, and you're listening to Street Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most vulgar.
Hardcore!
A flock of seagulls takes off nearby, startled by the roaring radio. Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio. He's not looking at you as he says,
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe picked up a random frequency. You wanted the prime line, right?
he's still avoiding your gaze, and his ears glow red.
I love this.
Oh, is that what it was called? Nothing to get into, really. But sure, let's focus on the important
I
thing.
like that he has some musical preferences.
This is Precinct 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle
I love
so
Kim.
very familiar in your palm. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar touch of the accelerator pedal. You have synced with the machine's mechanical circulation. You feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics. After a while, you realize silence is your only answer. Do what you will with it. Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. But it almost feels as if the clutch handle is gently squeezing back. The smell of freshly treated leather. The lack of dirt and dust on the
Car
dashboard.
talk.
And a neat little brush in the cup holder. All seem to be whispering. I'm good, cherished and cared for, in the hands of a tending owner. At the bottom of the sea. So strange. The machine is not on the bottom of the sea at all. It's right in front of you, well kept. Why did it say that? Because it's lonely, just like you. Seaweed and strange fish around it, limpets clinging to the carcass. The sound of the streets above. This is clearly feverish nonsense. Let's rationalize it away. Grab the radio or tools or do something normal. The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside the drivetrain, the disc is mated to the flywheel again. In the cabin, you see a set. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the small blue sector, indicating the engine is cold. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
No, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing.
He's gonna bail now. I'm surprised he hasn't left yet. Talk to Gart.
Can I help you?
What is this thing? What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry.
Oh, we could do karaoke,
This is actually
yeah.
a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. Well, I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
Anything for her?
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again. Goodness, how is he? Did he say why he hasn't returned yet?
He's fine, ma'am. As we had suspected, he couldn't get back earlier because the water lock on the canal was broken. Now he's just finishing up some work.
Oh, yes. That's my Morel. He's bound to catch a cold staying out there for so long. But I am so relieved to hear that he's okay. Thank you for putting an old woman's heart at ease.
You haven't, however. There are dangers out there. Our aging body's foul. Her heart won't rest until Morel is safely back with her.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden... I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not
the strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds. I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys.
And then, of course, she met a fucking cryptozoologist.
Most people just took it as a strange, amusing
Of
anecdote.
course.
So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel. We were on our first date when I told him my story. You should have seen his face. He said my descriptions matched the phasmid down to a T. Its white marble limbs, the way it moved.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
Our first, yes. Not all of them, as far as I remember. Some of them on the inside like stalks of marble, if that makes sense. It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case. Of course, I've thought about it, but Morel says my report matches with the others, and I'm sure I hadn't heard of the phasmid as a child, nor had my mother or my grandmother. So how did I know what to imagine? It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, "Lena, you trying to tell us you saw the Insulindian phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here." They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming, but I saw it.
I want a cider.
I thought it was a wonderful story, ma'am.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just...
She's so wholesome.
Such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
and she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own, into the mud, anywhere.
Aww. That was nice. Practically a shrink minus the diploma.
Hi again, Gendarme.
Composure. I mean, I could.
Bye-bye, Gendarme.
Alright, we'll do that when I come back. I'm gonna take a quick break. But when I come back, we'll try to talk to our cigarette smoking friend. So yeah, I'll see you in a few minutes. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll run some ads, and I'll see you on the other side. Enjoy the music. Hi. Hello. I am back. Hi. Alrighty. Let's see. We're gonna talk to
Hi again,
him
Gendarme.
yeah. I don't have
Bye-bye,
any
Gendarme.
equipment for composure, do I? I don't think so. Is there a way to sort this better? What's up, Flat? Looking for composure. Okay. Okay. We have composure shoes. Could help. I think that's it. Alright. That's it.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched. Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream. You need to get so magged up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already.
Jesus.
And the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium. Yes, if you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system.
No, -1 shivers. Aww. Jeez.
Hear that? Magnesium.
Hi again, Gendarme.
It's the sports. He's a sports guy, all about that physical prowess and athletic skill.
Bye-bye, Gendarme.
Bye-bye. Alright. Karaoke. How do I karaoke? I know. How do I karaoke? Is it the tape? Do I have to inspect the tape?
There's no way to listen to the tape, but even just holding a pawn shop would...
Or do I have to get a tape player? I have to get a tape player, don't I? Oh my god. Okay, go away, thought. Oh, Kim left. Or he's doing it. Never mind. I thought he was leaving. No, he's just going the other way. You. Give me a tape player.
Officer, the flashlight, please.
Oh, yes. Okay. I forgot.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. The Coldima Madakwa? Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds. Or birds, for that matter. Oh, I didn't mean to imply otherwise. Well, it's been a while since I've gone hunting for the Coldima Madakwa myself.
I feel bad.
Once knew a group of young musicians who decided they didn't want to play music anymore and started looking for all kinds of interesting sounds instead. This was before, you know, Lost touch with them after all of that. Cool or not, one of them was obsessed with recording the Koldi Mamadakwa. And he was one of those passionate people who know a lot about all kinds of strange things. So he got the rest of us to join in his search. We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sound patterns, compared them, cut them up and combined them into the Symphonia Koldi Mamadakwa. Unfortunately, I don't have any recordings from my old life.
Ooh, okay.
None at all. But I do have a tape with some ultrasonic sounds.
This is for the
that might
other
be what
guys.
you're looking for.
Do we really have time for this?
This recording comes from down the coast. Wasn't looking to record anything specific. Just left a recording device there one morning. Keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200 kilohertz audible to the human ear. It will be strange.
Strange.
As the hum grows louder, modulating but always unnaturally uncomfortably low, like it's coming not from the speakers, but also from inside your chest. Breathing is becoming difficult. Not good, not good. You're about to start suffocating.
What?
You have to stop this. There's a growing sense of dread. The sound is coming from inside you, but also surrounding you. It feels as though someone is standing just outside your range of vision and watching you, doing this to you. He nods to you, reassuringly, just as more diverse, higher-pitched sounds, some random, some appearing to form patterns, hit your eardrums. Seabirds most likely, gulls and such.
Gulls and skewers. But
That's it. The signal in the noise. The thin whisper. A low range of sounds is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling. You are mesmerized by the sounds, but also feel nausea welling up as the motif continues.
But is it
Then begins to
hardcore?
recede, dissolving in what must be the sound of water lapping at the bank.
Hardcore.
you know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the Koldi Mamadakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing higher than its predators can hear. Still, fascinating, aren't they? Early morning sounds.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits. The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox.
And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets.
Interfacing, okay. Hi, karaoke time? Can I karaoke now?
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds, you know this is the one.
Sad
the real shit
core.
you've been looking for. The one you trust your room to. This one tells it like it is. This is your tune. A click, then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning. Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to
Sad
it
core.
like a million times. Yup, they're all here. All 3 verses. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way. Gart, you have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling.
I've won him over.
After
I
you've
gave
won
him the
over,
bird.
you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand. The lieutenant looks at you as you remove the tape from the boombox. He doesn't say anything.
I guard.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Well, well. Bringing him that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude.
No, you don't. It's not happening.
He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man.
By causing more trouble, I think we're good. The Whirling's not a charity or a musical therapy clinic. It's a commercial establishment. You're going to scare away the customers. It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of '44. A lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke. It's not for bands, it's for clients. Some clients, okay? Not you. Ha! Well, we don't have any tapes. They all got stolen.
The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown. Hard.
Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine.
I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself. Oh yeah, time to do the damage. The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet. You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
The bar is full and buzzing with chatter. No one is paying you any attention. But still you feel your knees turn to noodles. Okay, now a couple is looking at you. Even worse. They are going to hate you. Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where should you stand? Hands. Where do you put your hands?
Oh my god, I made it worse!
I can see that.
Well, let's improve our best as we can. Drama. Anything drama related. Oh. Oh. Okay. As best we're gonna get
the
it.
stage is you feel.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me
Dress
know when I
code
should turn on the
insane
karaoke
silk
carousel.
dragon.
The air is thick with
Fuck.
anticipation. Someone dims the lights as the music starts. A lump's in your throat suddenly.
Well, let's see how bad it is. It's a white check, right? We can do it again later.
I would often go there.
Oh, it's a red? Well,
Tiny
rip.
church there. The smallest church in Sansan. Though it once was larger.
It made it so much worse.
How the real may rest there. Down through the mist there. Towards the Seven Sisters. Towards those pale cliffs there.
Really? That's funny.
I would often stay there.
So the limbic system is singing, but if I succeeded, it would have been the ancient reptilian brain.
Tiny yard there.
That's funny.
I have been so glad here.
That's great.
Looking forward to the past here. But now you're all alone. None of this matters. And
Amazing. Amazing. It's amazing.
Do you hear that? It's the most pathetic applause in the world, Harry. Made of pity. No one liked you. Your words echo in the karaoke mic. People talk in the distance. A couple tries not to look at you.
Quit yelling into the mic.
You hear, or think you hear, uncomfortable shifting around. A bit of laughter, maybe.
My morale's
no
gonna
one
get
saying
murdered.
anything.
I'm gonna unplug the mic now, okay? That's it. I'm unplugging it.
That's it. You're unpowered.
Let's go, officer. These people wouldn't know a good performance if it beat them in the ass. Detective Dubois, it was downright tragic. Now, let's go.
I mean it, he thinks. To him, being a cop in the RCM was truly expressed in that performance.
Nice. 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 Alright, let's get naked. Where's my good shit? There he is. My horrific necktie. I love the horrific necktie. It's one of my favorites. Alright, really not much I can do right now. Do
Looks
anything
like
with him.
the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
I need to put authority. She's got nothing for me, I don't think.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Yep. How much money can I get for... I got a bunch of bottles. Can I at least get like a couple bucks?
The tear machine stands in the... Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the...
$1.60 out of that.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something. Okay, here.
A colourful display.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. The pale age vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in pale for a couple of years, which makes it super expensive and super strong.
I know, right?
I mean, I already said it'd hurt you.
Substances give powerful bonuses to your main stats at the cost of damage to your health or morale. Cigarettes raise your intellect while damaging your health. Alcohol raises physique while damaging your morale. Use medication, like Nosifed and magnesium, to counteract the negative effects of substances. Note: consuming substances can have unforeseen consequences for you.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low... The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed.
I'm not gonna
No need to
steal
worry
it.
about knocking over a display.
Here you go.
Can't hurt to have a raincoat just in case. Alright. Hold on, what is this? How'd I never noticed this before? Huh, I never saw that before. Maybe it was perception based? Other thing I want to know. Barbell. We haven't gone there yet. Or at least I haven't unlocked the fast travel there yet. I don't think. Oh no, never mind. It's the... Oh, I'm dumb. I thought it was a place. I'm like, what's barbell? No, barbell is the check. Fuck, I'm an idiot. What was my path? I got very lucky and critical success my punch on the racist. I still have not... Where's the sleeping dock worker at? Yeah, this... I want... Kim has a logic check? God. Oh yeah, Andres is that. Measure... I do not want to do that ever. This told me it's not the time yet. I don't remember what this is, and we decided not to do that. Alright, it's time to go talk to Joyce. Can I check this again?
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
You said he leaves at 10. He hasn't left yet, and it's 10:53. Maybe if I talk to Kim, he'll be like, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. Oh.
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57. Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late and argues with his necktie. You weren't sent here to win.
I've considered it. It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional, but I also think it's somewhat unlikely. I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win. Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
My morale guy healed.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Nice.
By love, you did.
Fast, observantly, like an electronic printer.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
How about you share your information on the lynching, now that you've seen his badge?
The goalposts have moved, Lieutenant. In the absence of the badge, I have informed my employer there will be a probe. I cannot rescind that promise. To my knowledge, the drivers are still at the roundabout. I will tell you everything I know when you've finished with them.
Ah, I should never have agreed to the probe.
My plan is to share information. The only way to do that now is by telling my employers you've kept your end, which I hope you will, because let me tell you, we are in dire waters. The sooner the probe is finished, the sooner I can share crucial information with you. Now, is there anything I can do for you in the meanwhile? Tea, perhaps?
Yep. I hate to do this. I hate to do this. I gotta be an asshole now. If I want to get the information on the lynching out of her, I have to be an asshole. My hands are tied. I gotta be an asshole. I don't want to be an asshole, but I've got to go be an asshole. Give me to the lorry driver. Oh, I feel so bad for this. Oh, he's not here right now. I can't even talk to him. I have to wait for tomorrow. Oh, man, I feel bad. Yeah, it seems like it's bedtime. There's really nothing left to do this late. Is there anything I can do with Kuno, actually? He might be awake still. Let's see. I could go back and talk to those guys as well. No, I'm done with him. Okay. I never did. No. Primer for small kids? That's the church. Oh, here we are, these guys. Nice, some money. Talk to her.
The shaggy-haired girl kneels on the sea ice. She looks up as you approach.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church, I mean. Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
Wait.
Hello again.
Okay. Maybe not. There's one here.
The large-headed youth has closed.
Good morning, comrade. Yeah!
Yeah!
Huh? I see you're here again. Offside, man. Did I mention getting us into the church would help? A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
Oh, wow. Right on your cop ledger. You like it? It is cool, but it's also more than that. Much more.
Noid is a bit disappointed. It's just cool.
The dead guy's smiling. He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie.
I could put a point to our
death.
authority to deal with Titus.
The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore
Hardcore!
expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats. Yeah, that interpretation holds. Simplicity was brought to us by classical soul artist modernism, but that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore is not tasteful or
I can't help
outwardly
it.
harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss haunting him. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing. It is. I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for? Nah. Still, you heard me.
Okay.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
And? What happened? Oh man! Who is he? What did you think?
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light! Yeah!
Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, But what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her? A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub? Come on, man. Who will you trust? A spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place.
Feel the love! Get down and feel it!
You'll get there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise, about the dance club idea. Yeah, owed her 9. Rocking it or dropping it.
What a pity. That's my favourite thing in the world. And she doesn't like it at all.
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
And you can't just evict her?
Look at you, Honour Man.
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist! Coexist!
Hardcore!
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think? Excellent! Good luck, my friend.
Nothing jumps out to you. Nothing out of the ordinary. Haven't they? Or maybe it's that mean programmer herself who's...
I should go back to the building and put the program, do the password.
How about you get out and breathe? The air in the tent is too thick for you to think clearly.
Goodbye, officer.
Hardcore. In front of the church. Another way to get in there. There was another entrance. I'm trying to remember where it is.
Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you? Attaboy, the world's secrets were made for you. They wait patiently for you to uncover them.
Oh, interesting. Man, I wish I could learn all the thoughts, but I can't. I guess I'll have to do that tomorrow when the bookstore opens. Yeah, I think it's bedtime. I don't think there's much I can do now. We have come to an agreement and an understanding with Kuno. I don't know if we're besties, but we've come to an understanding and an agreement. He's still awake.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything. Kuno doesn't
Doesn't fucking care. She's a terrible person, and she's the mastermind behind all of the bullshit, and I don't know why or what or... Oh, they're gone. Okay. Yeah, it's bedtime.
The bed is still cold from the broken.
There's nothing
It's
I
not
can
easy,
do.
but your bones are so tired from what feel like weeks of work on the case. You have to try. After what feels like hours, you feel you might be sleeping.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
On and on it goes.
I don't
for
know.
Untold hours.
I don't know if I've taught
At
the
the
spinal
disco
cord.
where you first asked her to dance.
It must have been ancient Italian and Limbic.
Rising above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
I might have. I don't remember.
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
The only reason I picked the quote-unquote the rain, the snow is because I have a redeem that is tied to rain and one tied to snow.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
It's too late. You're not made of nothing anymore. You're something now, Harry. I tried to drown you in the black water, but you re-emerged, kicking and screaming, running. And for what?
For the working class.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
There he goes again.
For
He's a
communism,
real
baby.
political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
'Cause only love can break your heart. Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
Damn, too real. That's very much like me. Imagine sleeping.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time. Rise and shine, comrade. It's time to get to work.
I know, right?
Despite all the thinking you've been doing, only 0.0001% of communism has been built. It's too great a task to undertake alone. You're going to have to get organized. You must seek out your revolutionary brothers and sisters. Find out how much communism they've built. Then, together, maybe you'll be able to build as much as 0.0002% of communism. But it won't be easy. Decades of persecution by coalition authorities have driven the remaining communists of Martinaise underground. They live underground. These communists aren't men. They're mole people. Just between us, you may want to lay off this grind up the bourgeoisie stuff. It's a bit off-putting, even to fellow communists.
No. Eat the rich, murder the rich, death to all landlords.
Possibly. If you have been, it's only because you're a double agent acting in furtherance of your long-term objectives. Listen to this. Do you really think you're the kind of person an underground communist cell would entrust with a mission that requires such discretion? Regardless, what's past is past. You need to look forward to the work of building communism for all. They're not mole people. They're your comrades in the eternal class struggle. It's your task to find and join them. Let your nose guide you, detective. Yes, fortunately, communists are known to have a very distinct smell.
Show them biddies? Are you serious?
Durdubkia. Yo, what's up, Exia? Thank you for the sub. Welcome back. 41 months. God, it never ceases to amaze me. 41 months.
We really have no idea what they're talking about. There's no linkage between ideology and olfaction. Failure. It's a smell you know all
This game
too
is
well.
great. I love this
Simultaneously
game.
repulsive and yet darkly appealing. Musty with a sharp tang, but also a remnant of lost sweetness. Like a rotting mango that's been swaddled in a coat from your grandfather's attic. What you're smelling is your own body odor, of course. Nothing a shower and change of clothes couldn't fix.
We haven't showered at all in this game
People
yet.
sometimes complain there are no real communists left in Martinaise. But you can smell their presence. They're out there, waiting for you to join them. First, you'll have to locate the remaining communists in Martinaise. When you get near to someone with revolutionary potential, your nose will give you the signal to establish contact. Again, no, it won't. Any olfactory response you perceive will be strictly psychosomatic. Judging from the bust of Krasmazov and other revolutionary paraphernalia you discovered, it seems that the Cape Side apartments may be a hotbed of communist activity. You'll discuss the monumental world historical task that lies before you. You'll engage in rigorous and spirited debates about Mazovian theory and practice. But mostly, you'll probably complain about other communists. Not at all. Complaining about other communists is one of the most important parts of being a communist.
Oh my god, that's way too funny.
Here we go. Wake, brave worker. 'Tis no time
It really
for men.
is.
Fight till there's no slaves below, and no masters o'erhead.
That's too goddamn funny.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror, adorned.
I would love to do that and get the expression over with, but never gonna happen. Also, there's that lady who keeps hanging out on the roof, but I haven't been able to talk to her again.
The door is closed.
Interesting. Hey, these two are here again.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Yes? What is it? Okay. Yes. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
What? No. No, 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 no. There are universal standards of good out there, and that was just...
Jean, he's not right. Treat him like you treat McCoy's little brother.
You think so?
It was very nice. Different, but good kind of different. Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
And you look like you don't bathe, on principle.
Please, let's not turn this into another exchange, okay? Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
Well, he's not. He's a sack of shit barely kept together by crazy glue. But at least he tries, unlike you.
Please, let's not turn this into another... Of course I'm with...
You're an asshole. You know what? Maybe we're both assholes.
Please, let's not turn this...
God damn it, you leave her alone. Keep your weird bullshit to yourself and be professional for once, for fuck's sake.
Can I actually help you with something?
Yes, of course. Preposterous. I mean, you would remember if they were, right?
Funny as hell. Alright, we really should do this.
Wait. No. Something about this bunch doesn't smell right. They are, but they don't seem too keen to talk with you, do they? No, they don't. Glenn seems to be contemplating grievous bodily harm while he massages his raw knuckles. In the far back, Eugene is doing his best to ignore you. And from his perch at the end of the table, Titus Hardy himself stares at you with a cold contempt that makes you want to leave the cafeteria straight away. Besides, you're pretty sure they consider themselves social democrats.
Oh, rhetoric is doing its whole thing with communists. So it's authority?
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
I don't think I have any equipment for authority, but we can check. So low. For authority. -2 to authority, that makes it worse. I don't think I have anything for authority. I have nothing for authority. The best I have... No, I don't even have anything I'm on right now that's minus authority either. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do this check. First of all, the window.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window.
It's not time yet.
The hawthorn branches scrape the glass.
Don't know when it's time.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
You have so many bad
Come
options
on.
ruled out. It's insane. There is no way in the world you won't do it this time.
You know what? You guys must be the cops. Because this is what cops do, right? Live in a bar, sit on their fat asses like they own the place, while the neighborhood goes to shit. Corpses hang from trees. Kids shoot up.
Hey, we don't have to fucking take this shit.
Glenn.
Everyone shut up! Fuck you, man. You didn't see the place before we got here. Fucking graffito everywhere.
Congratulations on the graffito removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties, while there's a rape victim.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick.
Titus is hiding nothing. Titus?
You want to talk to her? Fine, talk to her. I got nothing to hide. So long as you treat her with respect. No questioning, no harassing, or you got the freight train of pain.
Was asking Kim for help just the way to get
understand.
around the check?
What is her name?
Glacia, I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirlwind Banks, a real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit, blonde. That's I'm on due with an O-U.
Shit. The girl. The girl upstairs?
Oh my god.
That can't be her.
Oh my god, that
Remember
makes
what
it
you said to
so much worse
You
what
told
I
her you
did.
wanna have-
Oh my god, I'm an asshole. I'm such an asshole. I didn't know. Oh my god.
Oh, it's her! It's definitely her! It's Miss Oranje, disco dancer!
Oh my god, I'm such a dick. Oh no.
Yeah, blonde, tall, 2 rooms over from yours. Sure, why not? You've probably seen her around.
You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like some wild beast.
I
Your
suck.
fingers are fidgeting and sweat starts
I
forming on your
suck.
brow as Titus looks at you oddly.
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Nothing. We just have a few more questions. Then we'll be on our way.
It sounds like you're having a heart attack. Whatever you said, it couldn't have been that bad. Please relax.
Oh my god. Alright, we're taking a break, and when we come back, we're going to reflect on all of our terrible decisions we've made. And we truly are a sorry, terrible cop. Be back in just a few minutes. Sounds good, Flat. We're literally just gonna do this part and then head to bed because I am tired and I do need to go to bed. This is the last thing we're doing tonight. But yeah, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Hi. Hello. Let us go ahead and finish out this really awkward conversation, and we'll call it for the night.
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her. That's their relationship.
Something is off here. His anger is possessive.
Was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he was harassing.
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it matter?
It would help if we establish a timeline.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
Here you go, boss.
I know her.
How well do you know her?
A small twitch in the corner of Kim's mouth. He has a
Yeah.
hunch about what knowing means.
Well enough, Copper. We partied. She's been here for a few months.
He tries to make it sound real casual, but the muscles on his neck tighten.
You mean Revachol? Nah, our Miss Aranye disco dancer is an immigrant or a drifter of some sort, been staying over here over the winter.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just had some bad luck, that's all.
Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it.
What do you think I meant? Yes, yes, and no. Got something to say about it? No, we just fucked. That's all. I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you're after. So put your dick away.
Jeez.
He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. That's all you're gonna get for now.
You don't know her. Not the way I do. Remember what I said. Freight train of pain.
Alright, let's go talk to her now. Since I feel like that's gonna be a thing.
Officer, what was that? Yes. Yes. The victim? Is there something I should know before we talk to her? Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday. Okay, that's manageable. Understood. It is. This would have been good to know before. It should have. Anything else? What you're saying is, you raped her?
Ice is forming on the inside of your chest cavity.
No.
Cold sweat trickles down your neck.
Then, don't ever say that again. What else? We'll be alright, Lieutenant. This is nothing.
Maybe sometimes you shouldn't just hit all of the answers.
You feel fortified by his assurance. It's going to be alright.
Oh boy. Okay, well...
The door is closed.
Who is it?
Now the door.
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair.
Sounds like it's coming from upstairs somewhere. You could snoop around before going up.
I can call between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. But we're gonna do this first, and then we'll do the library card.
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked, one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there. It's been used quite a lot, but not for scrubbing blood off towels, or anything else interesting, it seems. This toothbrush belongs to someone who doesn't give a damn about her teeth. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners.
Anything of note?
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoperidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads, Nacra.
An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdoses.
Oh.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gotwaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how. A bright orange bottle with peptide stamped on it, in sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container.
Preptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine.
Oh!
Prescription speed.
Prescription speed.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy. It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders. But what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed.
We're not doing speed, man. Not doing it.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo, smooth as ice. There are spots of mud and rain on the outside, even smudges. But the surface of the window is clear from the inside. No chips, no hairline fractures. Following your lead, the lieutenant leans in closer to inspect the surface.
Ooh, interesting.
Looks like it, yes.
That could be important.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air. The wind brushes them off the roof. They're gone.
No idea what that was about.
Welcome to the roof.
I'm an asshole.
Her hair is still
Such an asshole.
Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will. It's much nicer now.
Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
There is something in her light brown eyes, a sadness, when she thinks about the death.
Why would there
of
be
that
sadness?
Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
We talked to Everett. We talked to Everett, and then I think we had the big man take him down. I did not get the boots. I have the armor and I have the handpiece, but I did not get the boots or the helmet. So I'm not going to be able to get all of the armor, unfortunately.
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the infernum.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Have I ever? This is the world's most lamentable cop.
Do not go along with this.
It's okay. It's absolutely okay to be that. What is this about, officers?
Miss, we are investigating.
I am the
murder of
sorriest
the
cop
man
to ever
down there.
exist.
The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult.
Clasier Amondu. Vredefort, Republic of Oranje. A bad memory, officer. Of lilacs and lightning. Parks, glass. Duraluminium. Vredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. A night.
Interesting.
At least it was for me.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer there.
The conference centers are filled with people who get angry at you if you do something wrong.
Sooner or later, everyone does. I'm 28. Something stupid. Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university. Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are... Only the name of the nation changes.
Only the name changes.
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit you like a glove.
Nothing. I do nothing with it. Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit. Many things. A roller skating instructor, a secretary, Miss Oranje 37.
It's the world's most tired smile.
Damn.
Of course she won a beauty pageant. She's very symmetrical.
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Clausia Mondu. It's a weird name. Okie dokie.
If any of this made her nervous, it certainly doesn't show in her expression or her
Interesting.
movements.
The record. So official. Yeah, it's pretty deluxe. I'm wintering.
How long have you been staying here?
Wintering.
About 4 months. I came in November. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol?
Well, we'll start with this one.
Because it's the funkiest building in Martinez. And because all the other buildings are bombed to hell.
Okay.
I'm wintering.
How long?
About 4 months. Here in the Whirling, I heard this is where the washed-up disco has-beens go.
She looks at you and nods.
It is.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook. He finds the answer unsatisfying.
Yeah, that is unsatisfying.
Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her.
Cool.
With money, sir. It's not exactly the NT-star size caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there. Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
Better safe than sorry. Oh, yes. One of my favorites. It cures many ailments. Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours, not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a mirrored speed molecule, basically. Very funky. Okay.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke.
Yes.
Everything but getting to the point.
Very.
Good. Yes. This means she could have heard something, like what you were doing before you blacked out.
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal police questions, like...
Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here.
Oh, okay, so I gotta talk to her when Kim's not around.
Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean? By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with not raped. I can't say that stuff about him. Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
So they completely lied. So now their justification for murdering him is completely gone.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier. We partied. With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that. Oh, it is. You're still alive.
Oh.
What did you do when you partied?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination.
So was Titus
We also had sex.
murdered him out of jealousy?
A little. The drugs were good enough, and we did enough of them.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that. Pretty much.
Warming them.
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now.
Okay.
Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his... I don't know. Hair?
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
They're frequent guests. Downstairs. They have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now. Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have. Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely.
Okay, she's banged a couple
Titus,
of them.
Obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter. Bullet? They shot him too? They stripped his clothes and they shot him?
You mean after they hanged him?
I'm confused, sorry.
So am I. Were you aware that he had also been shot, miss?
Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged. I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me. And Sylvie, the bartender.
This is beginning to get confusing for you
Yeah.
too, and we don't like that. Where was she last Sunday night?
Cowering. I was cowering downstairs with Sylvie. He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
And his role in this strike was what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much.
I wonder if I can take any of this to Joyce.
But I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
Oh yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
A bitter cringe. It hurts.
Yeah.
You look to the lieutenant. He takes a small step closer.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes.
Jackpot.
Well, she's the one who called.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone.
Not gonna talk
In
about it.
Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
You were right to suspect there might be foul play involved with the broken phone line.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
Still, that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever. Crossing the lines like that.
Thanks. I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk too.
Okay, I can understand
probably
her
afraid
fear
the union
here.
was listening in.
I understand.
Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there. I'm 89% sure. You know how it is.
Do you?
Maybe you don't.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales. Easy to see now that you're closer.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here.
I'm sorry, miss, but we need a definite statement.
Let me make this 100% clear then, officers.
Okay.
I was not sexually assaulted. Would I be this flippant if I had been?
Huh.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth. She looks back. Time moves slowly. The triangles of her face rearranging into a weary smile. Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and sounds of her persona. We will see through deceits. You are shielded. You are wise. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit.
What is happening?
Nothing. Just time passing. Don't worry. You are not a fool. Anything out of the ordinary and you would be notified. Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. You're a detective. Get back to detecting. She presses her elbows against her waist and slowly turns her head. Her hair brushes her shoulders, making a small hissing sound, almost imperceptible. The strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds.
Why not?
Interesting.
I'll be here until 11 p.m., drinking coffee, most likely.
Okay, so she's there until 11.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit. What are you, deaf? They're perfect, like rockstar politician and drug addict teacher. Embrace the superstardom you've worked so hard to establish. Yeah, a cool, trash superstar. Big dick cop down on his luck. Salam Rocky by here. Badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Lights. Yeah, you know. Beneath it is just heartbreak. A pulmonary tract infection. Atherosclerotic disease. This is where you say action and reconceptualize all that. Reinvent it as the world's first celebrity police officer. This is the beginning of your legend.
I'm not a superstar cop, though. I suck.
Looks like
I'm
we have more
sorry.
to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window. Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan. What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. You think so? Being candid is the best way to lie. The appearance of candor with some facts thrown in draws attention away from whatever one chooses to omit. She may be trying to control the pace of the investigation. Anyway, we should move. I suspect
we'll
our
definitely be
inquiries
back
will
here
bring
with
us back
her,
here soon
with or
enough.
without Kim.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
I don't know, Lieutenant Euphrator. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue
There
kitchen door.
is.
I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case. The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets. Sounds like it's heavy, too. Very sturdy.
Physical instrument time. Here we go. Physical instrument. Come on, there's got to be some. There's one. Hey. 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 Thank you. Got no other physical instrument? Jeez, okay.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Ow!
You kick it, gung-ho style. Entering the premises
we were
style.
so close.
But the door fails to respect the force. All you hear is the bar rattling inside, laughing at you.
All right, let's trash the place.
Let's not.
Oh, man. Should we go back to the Hardy Boys now?
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now? Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
He literally just did, though, so
Shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
She wasn't raped. The witnesses' statements were very clear.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her. And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy!
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody.
Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
The room is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The rest of the cafeteria has gone quiet, too. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape.
What?
Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
Another apocalyptic actor in town? This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that. We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
What's on it? We call it the Dorgun a mega mix. You'll know why. Won't you listen to it?
Hardcore!
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy. You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. You push Command Set.
Here we go.
And the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
Ow.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
He's right.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens, too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
How is there any proof that this is him?
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrete on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning.
One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. A friend of his? A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about. Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. Or maybe Kohoi is just merc talk for atrocity, Slaughter. End of recording. It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Still.
There's more going on here than we know.
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't we?
Alright, back up to
This
her.
seems to contradict
to
her testimony.
Bring up
At
the
least
tape.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night. The contrast feels chilly, inappropriate even.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring. As the porcelain meets the metal table, this does not surprise her.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me. Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style? Yeah. That was practically his pickup line. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style? He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way funnier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the
Did I know
Kohon
his
massacre,
name?
and the 36 famine in Yezud all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
When he said he was done, and done mentally, it didn't sound like a joke. It sounded like a deeply troubled man.
Well, maybe I pieced him back together with my magical personality. We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name.
Okay, never mind.
I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
Oh, that. It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier.
Okay.
It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. How? Imagine him lying in bed, freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Is this Orani's lit?
Yes. This is the very essence of Orani's lit. A moment's respite. Dark and hopeless as the struggle itself. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star.
Hardcore.
Port after port. Third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them. Oh, yeah. No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Seminine Islands, and on other islands too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself. Change of topic, perhaps? Yes. Light blue.
Okay.
They were like little blue galaxies. It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice.
Didn't
Very
sound like he had a
surprising,
soft
what
voice.
With all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
It's gross.
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no, we even celebrated his birthday like some weeks ago.
Huh.
It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
Good for you.
What do you think it will tell us?
I don't know how a semen sample works, officers. How many days after intercourse does it have to be? I don't even know if he had sex with someone else. We didn't go steady.
Is she avoiding anything? Technically not. See? There's something off here. This one must know she's deploying flares and countermeasures.
Why do you ask? Well, it's wrong. He had too many drinks to down and too many bad things to do. Couldn't tap out just yet.
Everything checks out here. It's all A-OK. Good answer.
It very well could be, yes. What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean? That's not funny, officer.
Her voice is like a slash through the air. Her shoulders tense up. The lieutenant blinks. His expression does not change. All right, let's see where this is going.
Cool.
Cool.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Okay.
Not my favorite topic. How about we... Yeah? You tell me, officer, when you've kicked it down. I've been wondering myself, but I'm light of foot. Not a good door kicker. All
Neither
right.
am I.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42? Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old? How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them.
Huh. How old do I think you are?
She's buying time to formulate the best answer.
I don't know. 80? 100? 1-year-old? I don't know what I'm supposed to
Sorriest
say.
age.
How old is the sorriest age?
You're not.
Sure he is. You know, age is just a number.
Yes, but for him that number is higher than 45.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements. To the laboratorium.
Date of birth generator? Oh my god. Man, I want to learn every thought. There's so many thoughts. Homosexual underground is a thought? What? Wild.
This window.
Are mutually exclusive? Okay. Man, that'd been fun. Alright, let's see. One, I'm not paying him.
Wow. Just wow. I hope you really enjoyed yourself up there. Had a cathartic experience. Because for the rest of us, that really sucked.
It's safe to say this is about your karaoke performance.
Good. It's good you're sorry. I'm not letting anyone up there anymore. Now, what did you want?
Sorry, cop. I gotta lean into the bit.
Oh, hello, dear.
Anything left with Titus?
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now? And that fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape. Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band. He said he'd rape her.
But did he?
What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psycho whore. All right. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman? Nah. I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head. Handled him? She got into some stupid shit with that guy. Shit we had to take care of.
Oh?
Yes, we heard all about it, and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her.
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck on!" That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
What is Titus? He's
Why
hiding
do we make it 40,
something,
huh?
man.
Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
Convince Titus he is being manipulated. Rhetoric. I don't think I have any rhetoric on me. Yeah, I'm so close to a level up.
Clausia is playing them like a fiddle. Tell them how bad they got played, and they'll tell you the truth. There are many ways to go about it. All of them really good.
No, we fucking ain't, asshole. No one's fiddling anyone in here.
No, Glenn. I want to hear this. Who do you think is fucking fiddling me? Yeah, it fucking is. But what do you do? Say no to a nice piece of ass like that? I'd like to see you try, fiddle man.
Yeah, like he's ever gonna pull top shelf pussy like that. He's what, 100 years old now?
Yeah, you pull incredible pussy, boss. No one pulls pussy like you.
What the fuck?
I do not understand. This fiddle play totally fell apart. The concept was solid, but the delivery tragically off. You sounded like a madman.
Alright, so I have to convince him that he's being played for a fool. Alright. The one last thing I want to do before we call it for the night is the car.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes. It took some convincing, but I got the mercenary's name and a few biographical details. Are you ready?
The lieutenant leans in to listen. Notebook.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Kortenaer. That's ELLIS KORTENAER.
Okay, got his name.
E-R. Exact date of birth unknown. He was signed into the Lelystad County Neonatal Care Unit on 28th of February 09. He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and was assigned to a foster family at 2. This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the Eastbrand Military Academy in Vredefort at 17, then served in the Oranese forces till he was honorably discharged in 41, just a year before the Seminese conflict.
Interesting.
Then the armor followed him to Seminine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations. Or him even... It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in these files. So I thought it would be good for you to know.
It is. Thank you, Alice.
None, officer. Sorry.
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory. Thank you, Alice. Great work.
No problem, Lieutenant.
A compliment from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Not bad.
A name. This is very good. Elise Cortenard.
Sometimes police work is about human dignity, about giving back names to anonymous victims.
Sure.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions? '57's over and...
In the cabin, you see a...
I'm gonna call it here. But when we come back on on Thursday, because I'm off tomorrow. No stream tomorrow. When I come back Thursday, we're gonna talk to the library. Then I'm gonna figure out who the fuck these two guys are. Who the fuck are these dudes? Kind of staring at my car. Or Kim's car. I don't trust these guys. Fuck the world and piss something. I'm gonna assume it says piss pussy. Nice, 69. Alright. And then we'll talk to Joyce. And then I feel so bad, but if I have to get more information, I'm gonna have to piss this guy off. And I don't want to be an asshole, but I'd have to piss him off, like...
Still here. Stuck
right
in his
here.
damn jam, my man.
He's gonna
What's
get
up?
really mad at us. Because we promised him, and now we're gonna break our promise. So... Anyway, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna find us a stream that we can raid. So give me a second. And then, yeah, we'll call it.